Hey guys, it's Makem66 here, and as you can see, it's kind of slim pickings as for where to film these videos right now. As you can see, I'm stuck in this kind of small cramped room because everyone else is out there being loud, so there's nothing else I can really do. But anyways, enough of that. I just want to make a quick video closer to the challenge to mention some specifics that I've kind of left out in the last video because the challenge is only 2 days away now, and I want to get everything set up so it's ready and there's no hassle. I'm not really doing this with any set thing in mind, no script, or I'm just going to say what's off the top of my head, so I might still leave something out, but hopefully I can get everything I want to cover. First of all, the start time for the challenge. The start time will be 9 a.m. on Friday. It's still Friday, obviously, the 13th. And yeah, 9 a.m. that's Eastern time, so wherever you are that may differ. GMT time, that would be 2 in the afternoon, I believe, and Pacific is -3, so that would be 6 a.m. I'm sure if you're Pacific time, you don't want to be up at 6 a.m., so I think I understand if you're not there for the start of the challenge. But yeah, it will be 9 a.m. and these 7 Resident Evil games. The chat, I will not be using the Twitch chat because lately it's just really been fucking up and glitching and the chat won't load. I'm not going to be using that. You can go to my stream that I put in the link in the last video for my challenge itself, but for the chat, I'm using a site called Chatango, and that's worked out perfectly recently, so we're going to be using that, and I'll put a link to that chat in the description of this video as well, and I guess as well as the last video, just in case people check that instead of this one. So yeah, I'll be using Chatango, and again, these 7 Resident Evil games, I'm feeling pretty confident. Like I said, it's only 2 days away. I'm pretty excited just tonight, and then after I sleep tomorrow, it's a challenge. Sometimes I have a problem with sleep. I might be too nervous that I can't even sleep, and if it gets that extreme where I can't even sleep the night before, I may postpone the challenge, but it's not very likely. I don't see that happening, so everything should be fine. As long as I get 4 or 5 hours of sleep the night before, it's good for me. And yeah, I'm holding all these games because there's one last thing I want to cover. I'm gonna leave the stipulations kind of in the dark before the challenge starts. But until then, I was gonna give you kind of some hints, clues about what the stipulations might be like for each game. So I'm not gonna reveal any, but maybe some hints. Maybe you can figure it out yourself. Keep you wondering for the challenge. So for Resident Evil 0, there's nothing too new with these stipulations. There's an interesting type of knife stipulation. It's not just normal knife only, it's quite different than what's been done before, so that should be interesting. I think it can make some parts harder, but for the most part, it shouldn't be insane, so, it's one of those games that I think will go good. I'll just say it involves the knife. Then Director's Cut, what can I really say? There's going to be a lot of random factors in the stipulations, let's just say that. A lot of random factors that could decide, well, I'm not even going to be able to decide like 5% of what I do in this game. Mostly everything I do in this game is going to be random, and you'll see what I mean when the challenge comes out. And next will be Resident Evil Remake. Again, it's kind of the same as Director's Cut. I have close to the same steps, but there is a change. And I guess I'll just say again, everything in this game will be extremely random. I get to pick the mode and most stuff, like healing and whatnot, but there's 1 or 2 aspects in this game that are going to be completely out of my hands and could make it one hell of a ride. This could ruin my challenge, but I'm hoping it won't. Resident Evil 2, to me, I think this might be the easiest stipulation of the whole challenge, and that's saying a lot because it's actually not that easy. I guess I'll just say, again, a knife stipulation with a twist. Something I've never done in Resident Evil 2 before, involving the enemies themselves, so that will be cool to see. You might notice a common theme. Well, maybe it will take until the challenge actually starts for you to see it, but each Resident Evil game, I try to add a new stipulation that's never been done before, something unique, interesting that I try to think of, so it should be really fun to see. Resident Evil 3, only one aspect, well, two aspects in this game will be very random. You'll see now I've been saying the word random a lot in this video because there's going to be a lot of randomness in this challenge, which will make it hilarious or very triumphant. But yeah, there's two random aspects in this game that will be out of my hands. I won't even be able to choose how I play this game. See if you can figure that one out for yourself. Code Veronica. Nothing too crazy. There is one random element that has to deal with the weapons, but other than that, it's Code Veronica. It's always long and hard. Long and hard. And the final game, Resident Evil 4, probably the least, close to the least complicated stipulation out of the bunch. There's just really some type of weapon limitations and one other stipulation added onto it that's nothing huge. So this might be my second easiest in the challenge. Again though, it's Resident Evil 4, so it's long and it could prove to be quite a bitch. So that's all I have to really say, I guess. Nothing to do now but wait until the challenge. I'm hoping my first ever 24-hour challenge goes just as great as the other 4-game 12-hour challenges, and I keep up the success streak, which is going on 4-0 now, I believe. So I'll see you on Friday the 13th, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and let's play some Resident Evil. When it was good, now the series fucking fails.